Hi, my name is Ahmed Alaga. Um, I'd like to do a brief introduction about who I am. um, Most people think I'm a workaholic. I'm not saying that I am, but yes, I like to work hard. Then again, I like to play hard. Uh, um, most people find that hard to believe, but for me, it's a reward system. When I achieve a particular goal after working hard, I like to reward myself. Um, yeah, it's worked for me, and it's helped build the confidence of the even other team members, other team uh, members that I have worked with. Um, so I am a creative person. I like to think out of the box. I'm always trying to solve one problem or the other. um, which is one great thing I think, or one great skill I have, my ability to identify a particular challenge or problem and prefer a solution to it, but not just any kind of solution, but a solution that each time is used, wealth is created. So my values are family, integrity, relationships, and time. Um I worked on numerous projects in the past. Um, One of the recent projects I've worked on is uh, the launch and setting up the department for Leap Africa for its online courses. I was saddled with the responsibility of raising funds, identifying volunteers and key personnel who support the daily operations of the online platform, and of course fundraising. Yeah, I know I mentioned that. Um, I remember when I first started, my initial goal was to raise about $10,000 to produce the first module, and I'd written a list of funders and shared that with the board. And one of the things they told me, the feedback I got was that one of the organizations on the list had already been reached out to, and I asked which organization. They said Ford Foundation, and I was particularly shocked of the outcome because Ford Foundation I know usually fund um, projects like the one I was intending to implement. And when I reached out to Ford, I realized that there was a big disconnect between what Leap was selling and what Ford wanted to buy. And once that happened, it's difficult to get a win-win. Um, so I realized that the best thing to do was to come up with a prototype because if we could show them, um, it will bring a lot of clarity to uh, what we intended to do. So I reached out to people in my network, my resources, and we were able to come up with a prototype. And the prototype we did sold it out completely to Ford Foundation because it was exactly what they wanted uh, when they saw it. Um, my initial requirement was to raise $10,000, but at the end, I got $83,000 to not just do one model, but to do the entire models that we had planned. The outcome of that project basically uh, was great. Uh, I was also able to move Leap from just seeing the e-learning courses as a tool for people within its network, but as a source of income for the organization. And came up with a marketing strategy to sell the e-integrity course, which was a course on ethics and corruption. We're able to sell it to corporate organizations and financial institutions who could take these courses as a compliance course, and that was marketing strategy. And so Leap now earns uh, extra income from that program. So, which was one of my greatest achievement with the integrity course. It was challenging. because we had to work with different technical partners who had different expertise. It was a combination of a lot of variables, and we had to manage uh, most of the technical partners who were not physical. Most of we had virtual teams, so I was working with a lot of virtual teams and physical teams. But at the end of the day, we came out with something good. The course is online now for public to view and enroll for a particular fee also. Another project I'd like to talk about is project I did when I was at Enactors. It was called the Evergreen Project. It was an environmental sustainability project where we wanted to reduce carbon emission, reduce the felling of trees by giving local community members um, an alternative to firewood, which comes from felling trees, and reduce carbon emission. And I was also saddled with the responsibility of coming up with the ideas that could, resolve that. And we did eventually. We partnered with a couple of organizations who had Save 80 stoves, and we had to train people how to, produce briquettes, which became the alternative to firewood. It was particularly great because we created a lot of people who created a whole chain of business around briquette production, and we started earning income. Most people who also trained started producing the Save 80 stove, which the objective of the Save 80 stove is to reduce you know, combustion by 80%. So where we require to use 9 grams of 10 grams of briquette, it would you could use just three grams, you know, and you still get the same desired result. That's one project we did uh, with FCMB, and it did turn out great. The project won an award. It won an award, Environmental Sustainability Award from the state government, and it was particularly great because amongst why the reason why we're given that award was, you know, amongst the other environmental sustainability project that they had in that community, and ours was outstanding because it didn't just create a solution, but it created a solution that each time it's used, wealth is created. Now, basically, what would I bring to the table? I think one of the core strengths that I have is my analytical skills in looking at the big picture and determine what specific goals would take me there, and my doggedness and staying power to ensuring that every goal is achieved. Then I think out of the box and I'm very creative, um, especially when it comes to problem solving. Uh, so then my project management skills. I've been managing projects for over 10 years. Um, I've also managed events at Enactors and at LEAP. We have always had a yearly event. At Enactors, we have an event that brings about 2,500 youths together, and it's a huge event. It takes a whole lot. Usually plan that for a year, and uh, the whole planning from fundraising to invitation to guest list to activity for the day to activities at the end of the day. Uh, I've been able to manage that, and I've done that for consecutive number of years without fail. I believe that if given the opportunity, I would do justice to whatever organizational goals you set, and I would achieve the desired results that we all agree on. I believe that growth is dependent on two things: my desire to be someone better, which basically means I want to learn new things, but as quick as possible, and uh, my ability to uh, sell myself to something greater than who I am. And I'm hoping that your organization will be that kind of place that can accommodate uh, people like me. Thank you very much. I look forward to any other further opportunities. This is me saying goodbye. Thank you.